Alaman din.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever or whenever you may be. This is the overnight. I am DM Foss, and tonight we've got Guns and Barbecue. How's it going?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Well, I'm doing all right.
Glad to hear it.
And Gizzard Gary, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me.
And Gun Websites.
Good afternoon.
So tonight we're gonna do a bracket. And we'll get into that in just a little while. Let me get my banner going. I remembered the banner, that one. So at the bottom of the screen, there's a banner with an email address, untacticalfoss@gmail.com, and a link, and those will get you somewhere. You can send in comments, suggestions, or pictures within reason. If you watch this in replay, leave a comment. I always read the comments, and they're always appreciated. In the description, there's a link for the Gilded server. Excuse me. That's a place to hang out, chit chat, and you can always get a hold of me. And most of the people that come on the chat, you can get a hold of them through there also. There's also links for 2 of the comment periods that are going on right now, dealing with the ATF. One has to do with storage. What's the storage one?
Storage of black powder and how often you have to inform the local fire department, essentially.
And then the other one is the frames and receivers. So there's a link that'll take you there and you can comment. It's really easy to do. 5 minutes, 10 minutes if you take your time. And you just don't use any swearing. They'll toss those out so they won't even get counted. But it's important to be heard. So
you're saying that you should comment responsibly?
Yes. Oh, Hillbilly. How is it going?
Hey, buddy. How you doing, fellas?
You got to say hillbilly.
Good evening.
Say it like you're walking over a hill. Hillbilly.
Exactly.
Let's take a look, see who was out there so far. DJ was out there earlier. Yeah, Hillbilly, Gizzard Gary, Guns Barbecue, M. Gabriel, Hacho Fett, and Roy Munson. I think that's everybody who said something so far. So good evening to everybody. Two live Moo. I'll send you a link, Moo, if you're going to be up. We're going to do a bracket tonight.
Oh,
Right.
wow. Blind guy has to go searching for it in Discord, or whatever the heck that thing is now. But Moo gets it sent to him. Okay.
Well, yeah, because he's more specialer than you.
Obviously.
Better
I
than
wish
just
I was a cow that had top teeth.
Well, he had top surgery. That's the whole. And I gotta get whoop. I got too many tabs open up here. Yeah, there we go. And then G-Webs, the stuff in Massachusetts. Want you, in case probably everybody that's here has heard of it, but just in case, can you let everybody know what was going on there?
there is this attorney general. Somebody in the state decided that their gun laws weren't bad enough or weren't effective enough, even though they've got great results so far, according to them. So, earlier this year, I forget when, they attempted to ram it through out of order, out of the normal procedure, and that didn't quite work. So they went and rewrote it and renamed it. And this last week, they spent 5 hours. The week before last, they did testimonials from the public, and on a Tuesday or something, so that normal people couldn't get there easily. And then last Wednesday, they did a 5-hour committee meeting in the House, the Massachusetts House, and the result was that they basically said everything they felt like saying, made a bunch of speeches, and then passed it over to the Senate. So now this essentially, it's worse than what you got in Washington. I don't know if anybody's ever put them down side by side, bullet point to bullet point, but you essentially have as bad as what you got in Oregon and Washington and California mixed together, and then being pushed into Massachusetts. And anyway, that's where they're at. They have to now do a fight in the Senate, and then their governor hates guns, so she can't wait to get it passed through the Senate. So it's pretty much, I don't know, it just happened Wednesday, so I don't know if we know when the Senate will do its thing. Last I heard Friday, the Senate had not even considered it yet. But I don't think anybody's relying on the Senate, just ignoring it.
Sharon Hinchcliffe is out there. Good evening.
Good to see you.
Trying to remember, there was something else I was going to mention too, and I don't recall what it was.
News-wise or event-wise, or
Yeah.
this weekend is a big machine gun shoot here in Arizona, a big Sandy shoot.
See, Vista Outdoors got sold to an overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw something about that.
All of Vista, or Vista sold the ammo? Because Vista's like Remington and a bunch of other companies.
I think the whole company, wasn't it, or was it just the ammo?
I think it's
I was
just Vista's like
thinking
a
it was the
company that
ammo.
owns a bunch of companies, and I think they took all their ammo companies and sold them to somebody in Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, I heard they kept like their sleeping bags and camping supplies stuff or something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
maybe.
Yeah, they had like North Face. You know, they have like a lot of companies, so they had brands that had nothing to do with guns.
But they claimed that they were just losing a lot of money and they couldn't stay in business.
Yeah, makes sense. Usually, historically, the ammunition companies are the companies that make the precursor chemicals, and then ammunition was like just easy enough to make with the precursor chemicals. So if you're just some other company who has to buy the precursor chemicals, they don't just have them in house, it probably gets pretty expensive.
Sharon saying just the ammunition portion of the company due to heavy pressure by REI and stocking. Garage Guy 879's out there.
I wish I had a garage. I mean, that one
I,
really
I know a guy.
Speaking of Sharon, Mr. Hinchcliffe, if you could email me, I don't know if you still have my email or not. If not, it's just gunsandbbq@gmail.com. I went to a seminar type thing this past Wednesday, and there's a speaker that wrote a book that I think you might be interested in. And I will email you the title of it if you wish.
So there was also the ruling on California's assault weapon ban.
Oh, just one assault weapon, not all assault weapons?
Yeah, just the scary black ones. But
Oh.
so it overturned their ban. So that's good news, but it's probably still in for it's got to go. It'll probably go en banc and eventually, and so still got some wrangling to work its way through the system before it's all shakes out. But that's good news. Was there anything else?
Not so much good news, and I need to read some more about it just to get all the facts. But something about the federal side overruled the Missouri rule on handguns. I need to dig deeper into it and find out exactly what all went on. Missouri, said no. Whatever portion of it was, he's like, no, we're going to keep that. But then the court overruled, took the federal side of it over the state. But I got to get in, get the facts and everything.
Was that the one dealing with sanctuary, 2A sanctuary cities or?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. I did see something about that earlier tonight, but I didn't read the story.
Yeah, same with me. So
I am. Yeah, I don't know the details, but I wasn't completely surprised. Just because when you get the state and federal and the differences in the rules, but again, I haven't read the details, so I'm not sure exactly why they ruled the way they did, but I wasn't completely surprised by it.
Sorry, who ruled the way they did on what?
It was the Supreme Court, wasn't it?
yeah, and M. Gabriel says the 2A Protection Act.
So, all right, let me look it up real quick. See if I can find something.
I don't remember seeing that one. So did that happen Friday or something?
I thought it was today.
Yeah, it's Friday or today. It was really soon.
That explains why I didn't hear about it yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to go dig into it and find out what all, get really the facts out of it.
Well, obviously, they had to wait till Unapologetically Armed was in Washington, D.C. before they could pull that shit in Missouri.
What's going on, DJ?
Okay,
Never enough, man.
Hey, DJ, it looks like M. Gabriel must have read something on it. He's putting stuff out there in the side chat.
So no SCOTUS injunction suspending district court ruling, suspending the law as unconstitutional until litigated fully. Okay. So it wasn't overturned. It's just an injunction until it's worked its way through the court. Basically. Yeah, I'm not sure what search term to use because I'm not finding what I need to find. So, but oh, all right. Let's see. Oh, okay. I thought I forgot to put this one up here.
Let's get it on!
So tonight we're going to do a bracket. Let me share the. There we go. There it is.
This was different types of rackets in this bracket.
Yes. Survival rackets.
I call them tennis.
So if society collapsed for whatever reason, you get the clothes on your back and one item. What is that one item? That's what our bracket is. I have started filling out just with stuff that I thought would probably be suggested, but we'll do 16. So far, I put down knife, flashlight, fire starter. That can be any kind of, whether it's a lighter or ferro rod, a gun, compass, a map. And we can change any of these that everybody wants to change. So what are some more items? Defense dads out there?
Cell phone.
Cell phone?
Wool socks.
You already have your clothes.
You can have
Life
an
straw?
extra pair if you want them.
2 times the socks. Must be new boots.
Well, we'll just put water filter, so that can be any
Cool.
filter.
Radio.
Radio.
Gun. Or you already have
So
it.
so
Yeah,
for your wool socks, is that extra or just you should be wearing wool socks?
I would just say you should be wearing wool socks
Oh, okay.
because wool's the one thing that will actually still keep you warm even if it's wet.
I don't like the look of wool socks, and I don't care if I'm starving to death or lost. I don't want to look good, so wear the wool socks.
And not only that, wool makes good fire starter still.
I wear wool socks for work. I wear cotton for leisure and wool socks for work.
Honcho
You
Fed
are a
is
total
saying
badass.
Honcho Fed is saying a hatchet.
I assume does
Um,
gun include ammo?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll say 50 rounds.
Nobody needs
Snare.
And then knife, let me clarify on knife. It's up to, we'll say 12 inches is the knife. Anything over that will be machete, sword length. So
Snare trap.
Honcho Fed said hatchet.
Hatchet.
He also said mirror, 550 cord.
Yeah, I put cordage.
Cordage, yeah.
So that'll cover 550 cord, rope.
What about a water container, like a canteen or a cup or something?
Or pan,
Yeah, something to hold
boil
water.
water. Maybe, I don't know.
I'll put water container. And hatchet, we'll say hatchet also covers an axe. So hatchet and axe will be the same.
Yep.
You could put Walmart on there because if you got your own Walmart, you could pretty much have the rest of this stuff.
Well, you only get
That's
one
so
of one.
You only
item.
need one Walmart.
You can't carry the Walmart though.
Oh,
Fishing line and hook.
Well, you either get fishing line or a hook. So which do you want?
They can't be together.
What is?
just get a net. Then you don't need line or a hook. Just put
Well,
the
you
net
can
on.
make your net paracord or cordage.
There you go.
I would say because I mean I would take a amount of fishing line and just kind of wrap it up neatly and have the hook tied on already.
I've seen backpack out there a couple times.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. So we'll say a bag. That'll cover bag, duffel bag, backpack.
Purse.
We'll put for those who might be geeky, a bag of holding.
Nice.
Was first aid kit on here?
So first aid
That's
kit,
got-
you'll get band-aids and gauze.
I want a
That's-
suture kit.
Can we add a
You got
sense
the
of
fishing line though.
Can we add a sense of responsibility? Is that an item that you would take with you?
Yerk, yerk.
How about a book, like book of
I was
survival or something?
Just gonna say that, hillbilly.
Well, good
And then-
thing, good minds think alike. Yeah.
Sharon said sewing needles.
I say, don't give me that much credit there, hillbilly. Come on.
So the point of this is like we're going to eventually narrow down to the winner. But really, some of these,
It'll be
I'm not
nice.
trying to be like a dick, but some of these are like kind of out there for the one item you would have to save your life, or to augment your life after the apocalypse.
And well, we
Wow.
can go through these and adjust them. So
Well, that's why it's a bracket and for fun and fodder.
Daniel got as my judge. Duct tape. Should we substitute something for duct tape? And Andrew Carmichael's out there. Good evening. Mirror. So what about duct tape and mirror?
Well, you could use them to carry water.
Yeah.
So,
Bear spray.
well, we've got 16 so far. So
Oh, okay.
we
A
if
cheese
we make
spray.
we can either substitute some of the suggestions for what we already have, or if we go to a bigger bracket, then it's I think it'll jump to 32.
Well, you can.
It does jump to 32, so that's a lot more.
Oh, it doesn't have anything in between. Like you can't do like a 20 thing bracket and have.
There could be if this type though, where it all goes one way, like a triangle. There's like a bunch
Yeah.
of ones I just haven't played with any of the other ones.
Yeah, because what it would do if you did like a 20 man or something, like a couple of these would get a bye in the round that we're at right now, and then there would be a round before this one. And then the losers would lose, and the winners would go to face the ones that have a bye right in this round.
So would any
So-
type of currency be more important than anything? Or is that something anybody would think about? I don't know.
This is for like an SHTF scenario.
Yeah.
Currency is worthless at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
But something worth trading.
Gold, silver, any of
Chicken.
that stuff I was talking about. But yeah,
I want my own chicken.
But without any gold trading going on, is gold even worth anything?
Yeah.
I don't think it's the thing that you should have, but it will have value because people will value it, whether it's useful or not. There will be people just because it has value now. So
It always has.
people will still think it has value. The generation after, if things are still Society is still collapsed. The next generation might not see it as being valuable. But since has value now, crossing through the collapse, some people will still give it value because it had value. I don't know if that makes any sense at all.
It does make sense, but I've always thought that like the gold after the apocalypse or silver coin or whatever, that was like pretty worthless because it's not something that actually helps you live. Who is it that is going to amass wealth through precious metals after the apocalypse? I just don't get it. I don't think that's going to be a reasonable currency at all. It's almost worthless.
I'm going to go ahead and expand it to 32.
Why did the ancient Mayans value gold?
Because they thought it was pretty.
Because it didn't tarnish and was pretty, and then
silver wouldn't be a bad one.
It's a great conductor. I mean, that's kind of my point.
There's medical benefits from it.
Eat gold, feel better?
I just said silver.
Silver. Eat silver, feel better? Sorry.
No, just like having it touch you.
Yeah.
On your person.
And then copper kills algae, so you can probably have some benefit of having copper around.
You might need some tinfoil so they can read your mind.
Hat.
I mean, at this point, I mean, like if we were going to talk about precious metals, I think lead would be the most precious of the metals at that point.
Patreon Dark says ramen noodles.
I still say I want a couple chickens, live ones.
Well, you would only get one.
That's fine, as long as it's a hen.
That's crap.
If it was already fertile, then you can hatch your eggs and then get more. But for the start of this, you only get one item.
That's okay. Let's say I'll take a hen because I'm guaranteed eggs then, and hopefully I cross paths with somebody that has a rooster, and then we fertilize eggs.
That or somebody has a milking cow and you could trade for some milk.
So I put on duct tape, mirror, tarp, blanket. We still need about 10 more.
10 more? Oh, we're doing a
musical
32.
instrument. Yeah, musical instrument, because you can like busk on the corners in the apocalypse. People still need music.
You could just break off a couple sticks and play drums.
There you are. Percussion is like the easiest thing to play.
Is a satellite
find items to bang together always.
Is a satellite phone different than a regular cell phone?
Yep.
I'll consider them the same.
Ham radio.
Well, we have radio, so we'll consider.
Oh, do we? I'm sorry.
There. Honto Fett says hammock.
How about this?
Hammock
like two of the most valuable things in the apocalypse haven't been mentioned: alcohol and tobacco. No, seriously, people would trade. People, what'd you say? Barbecue?
Say pass on both.
Right on. They're still more valuable than the gold or silver. Yeah. And the alcohol is an antiseptic, since we're like going really to the bottom of the barrel for these things to become legitimate.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen through the shutdown, you cannot shut down the liquor stores. That's a main part of society.
And Hillbilly, you reminded me because of the cocoa. Toilet paper. I don't think we have that on it, do we?
Well, we got barbecues chicken. We can just
have you
others.
There you are.
Have you not heard about the bear in the woods with the rabbit?
No.
Oh, you just wipe your butt with the rabbit.
So you can see wet wipes or dude wipes.
What about just steel wool in general?
Barbecue sauce.
Good one, Gary.
I didn't make it up. I'm reading from the text chat.
Oh, right on.
Barbecue sauce.
Patriots at Tabasco.
Actually, curing salts.
We'll just put it as salt. So 8 more. What's 8 more?
Did we have any type of flashlight or light?
Yeah, flashlight.
Okay.
77 gets
Lighter?
8 more than
You have a
69.
lighter? Yeah, we need a lighter to start a fire.
Yeah, fire
Thanks.
starter that covers
That's okay.
lighters,
Oh,
ferrule
got it.
rod, anything like that.
So that covers kindling too?
No.
Oh,
Just
okay.
The knife
Then I
is-
go back to steel wool.
You got a knife, you can make your own kindling.
Saying. Like any dried vegetation.
So a pot, not pot. A pot. There we go. That was mentioned earlier.
Flare gun?
Yeah, something to cook in or boil your water or whatever, some type of a pot.
Antibiotics.
Well, we'll just say flares, and that'll cover a flare gun or road flares or
Sounds good.
any kind of flare.
I wasn't paying attention. Is the pot medicinal, or is that?
Well, that's why a pot, not pot, a pot.
Copper clad bottom with a lid style G.
No, I thought it was
So-
recreational.
Well, that's even better.
Honcho says poncho or rain gear.
Nice. Poncho. Did you catch antibiotics from me?
No.
All right.
Antibiotic.
Parent says something to pick a lock with, so you can, I guess, steal what you need.
You need a car door too. That way, if it ever gets too hot, you can just roll down the window. It's an old joke.
So
Rory's got a good one.
diapers.
You can make
Well,
those out of cheap.
If society collapsed, you just let her drop where you are,
Mm-hmm.
then move on.
And you got
Like,
those wet wipes, and if they
San
made it safe for
Francisco
the
style.
finals.
Pocket translator.
Street
Do we
fudge.
have- do we have compass on there yet?
Yes. So 2 more. 2 more.
Spaceship.
The dog.
I was just going to say
Nice
that.
companion animal. Nice.
How about like some type of a solar panel charging thing or something?
Solar charger.
Got
If you only got
charge
one
up
thing, then
radio
what are you
on
going
their
to charge?
phone.
If you only got one thing, what are you going to charge?
Yeah,
True.
we got
Is the
radio,
one
phone. What else?
Yeah, but you don't have that. You only
Yeah.
get one.
You
So
Oh,
see,
yeah,
so-
yeah,
it's
that's true.
you get the clothes you're wearing plus 1 item. So we want to
Yeah.
take solar charger off.
what about
That's one of those kind of things where it's a
aerial
perpetual
signal.
trade if you have it, because the sun's going to be there, hopefully. Don't know what kind of apocalypse it is, but I think Hillbilly's charger is not that bad an idea. Think about the people who chose the cell phone. Cell phone's in the bracket. How are you going to charge the damn thing?
Yeah,
Unless
but you
we
don't
say
get
cell
2
phone
thi-
comes with a charger.
You don't get 2
I mean-
things. So, yeah.
I mean,
That's
for
like you
trade.
could have a car,
a signal panel?
but you don't get
A
gas.
good pair of sunglasses. Or can that count as clothing?
A signal,
We can count that as clothing because you might
Cool.
have it.
signal panel for airplanes.
I put
Mirrors in there.
mirrors on there.
Well, signal panels are different. They're more like a piece of fabric, but that's cool.
Oh, I got you.
How about a towel?
You always bring a towel.
Is it Thursday?
Did we put machete or anything?
Knife was there.
Well, there's knife, but knife is shorter than machete.
Yeah.
Knife was up
12
to 12
inch.
inches. Over 12 inches will be machetes and swords.
Nobody needs
So-
a knife for 12 inches.
So let's go through, see what we have, see if we want to change anything. So we've got knife, flashlight, fire starter, and that's again lighter or ferro rod or
Is it okay if instead of saying flashlight, we just all say O light?
well, that's also a fire starter.
There you go.
Nice.
Gun, compass, map, cell phone, water filter, radio, cordage, hatchet, water container, fishing line, a bag of holding, book, sewing needle, duct tape, mirror, tarp, blanket, musical instrument, alcohol, cigarettes, salt, steel wool, a pot, flares, antibiotics, lockpick, translator, animal, and towel. So is there any of those we want to change? Ron Wayne's out there. And like Patriot in the Dark. Can't remember if I said hey, but hey.
Oh, can we get midget wrestlers instead of towel?
Oh.
Oh, we probably only get one midget wrestler though. That won't be any
Yeah.
fun. Never mind.
Is this Mad Max?
So are we going with what we got?
Why not?
All right.
You gonna
Where's
shuffle
yeah, I was looking for the
in the top middle.
shuffle teams. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
So where do you guys find this awesome bracket generator thing at?
This is scorecount.com.
This is
Oh.
the most one he uses.
So, all right. Roy's asking, is rifle on there?
Gun.
Rifle would fit under gun. So the first two are fire starter and cigarettes.
You're kind of screwed if you don't get the one
Yeah.
or the other. Fire starter. Are we waiting and going in order, or what are we doing?
Nah. You can just
I'm rolling
go.
cigarette.
If there was like 10 items, I'd throw cigarettes in there maybe, but not with one item.
So what'd you say, DJ?
That I'm rolling cigarettes right now. That's my vote.
Hillbilly?
What are you gonna light them with?
Somebody's got a mirror. We're gonna start a fire. Oh no!
Which would you pick, Hillbilly? You're muted. Or dead.
Or both?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Are you there?
No.
Yeah, it's cutting out.
Oh, okay. So fire starter or cigarettes?
Fire starter. Sorry. Like I said, it's cutting out real bad. I don't know what's going on.
Barbecue?
So is this just one lone cigarette or like a pack or a
A
carton?
pack. It'd
A
be
pack?
a pack. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna pick cigarettes because I don't smoke, so I can actually go like prison method and trade the cigarettes for whatever the heck I need, which would include a fire starter.
True that.
Did you vote, Gary?
Not yet. I was just thinking, if you traded your cigarettes for somebody's fire starter, then they only have one thing, so they're going to end up. You're both kind of screwed unless you work together. I want the fire starter.
But you don't have to trade the entire pack.
So I'm going fire starter also. All right. We've got animal. So companion animal or a lockpick.
I want the
DJ.
companion animal for sure.
Hillbilly.
Animal.
Oop. So aminal.
And so I thought both the votes were animal.
Yeah, we're all discombobulated here. Hang on. There we go. All right. Barbecue.
I feel like if you're picking locks and shit hit the fan, you're probably running a good chance to get yourself shot. And like if things got really dire, like you could eat the companion animal, which is awful, but life and death. So I would definitely want the companion animal. Not because I plan on eating it, but just because, companionship.
Gary.
Nothing personal, but I'm going to have a big mean dog so he can attack y'all and take all your stuff. So let's go with that animal. It's
Pirate. I love it.
Nothing personal.
G-Webs.
I have actually trained my little animal to eat locks, so I don't need a lock pick. I just tell him to eat the locks, and then I don't have to feed him. So I'll take the little animal.
So
you know what? Oh, sorry, Fuss.
I'm going animal also.
I was just going to say, and you know what? I still have 19 cigarettes after I trade for the fire starter. I can trade for a lockpick, and I have 18 cigarettes now.
People were dumping all off over cigarettes. Now they're popular. I like it.
So don't think of like breaking into places. Think of when you're trying to get from here to there and there's gates in your way. Like, you need to, everybody else is stuck on the road and you want to go through the gateway that gets you down the alley or down the causeway next to the river or something. Like it's access more than like stealing stuff from people.
I'm going to put out a poll here. Take me just a second. So
if you're trying to get home and you know that, I can get through this door and climb up those stairs and get out, or if like you're stuck in a tunnel or something, you want lockpicks to be able to get out of there. That's the kind of thing I think a lockpick's for. Or bad people lock you up, trying to kidnap you, slow you down or something, being able to get out of captivity.
You know what we should have put on here? Bolt cutters.
Cuff key.
They're too much. You only need some heavy cord to get out of zip ties and some kind of a shim to get out of handcuffs.
Well, Baron
Yeah, but you know how to pick locks. Let's say a pair of bolt cutters would just snip the lock. If you're talking about locks on gates,
that does work, but it's heavy. It's just heavy. Lockpicks are small. You can cram them in somewhere.
The Baron says you can pick the lock in the animal shelter and you have all kinds of.
right?
So I put out a poll. Which panelist would perish first?
Oh, this is awesome.
I can only put 4 choices. So, so is it Gary, Guns and Barbecue, Hillbilly, or DJ?
I pick barbecue because he's going to have barbecue sauce all over him, and some alligator's going to get him, or a lion or something.
He already tastes.
No, that's how I make friends with the alligator and lion. I'll be like Aquaman. I can just talk to all the animals.
All right. So we've got water filter versus compass. It's kind of a toughie. DJ.
Water filter.
I'm with G-Webs.
I can figure out where I'm at. I don't need a compass.
Let's say water filter. I can use the sun to figure out what I'm doing.
Yep.
I go with water filter D.
So yeah, I really like having a compass, but you need water. You need fresh water,
or
clean
is that
water.
Is that like a Honda Compass vehicle?
Or a Jeep Compass. Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is? A Jeep Compass?
Mm-hmm. That's what I drive. I'd love to have my Jeep Compass.
You never get lost in one of those, do you?
Mm-mm.
We're all sitting there with water filters, and Gizzard just drives to wherever he's going.
I'm just driving around, man.
Polluting all of our water
So
with his fuel leak.
we've got mirror versus cordage.
Cord.
And again, the cordage can be rope or 550 paracord, anything like that.
Cord.
Once again, I'm with G
Can't tie a knot in a
on
mirror.
that.
Right. It's really hard.
So
I'm taking cordage too.
Me too.
You can polish a bunch of stuff into a mirror.
barbecue.
This is a slightly tough one because cordage seems like an obvious answer. So many uses for it. But mirror, you could break, use as a cutting implement. If you know what trees to look for, you can take young trees and slice those thin so they can be used as cordage. So
That's what Sharon was saying.
You break that mirror and use it as a cutting implement, you got 7 years bad luck right there.
if this shit hit the fan, I'm pretty sure you'd like the rest of your life bad luck. Anyways, so I'm
That
going
was
to
somebody
dissent from
else's
everybody and
fault,
say mirror.
See, if I had my Jeep Compass, it has mirrors in it.
So I'm gonna go with cordage. Cell phone versus towel.
Towel. You can use that as a makeshift water filter if you were in a really bad situation.
Well, if you get it wet, you can whip things.
No doubt. Rat tail. Switchy.
I'd probably go cell phone myself.
You know what? A wet towel is going to be way more deadly than a 9mm. So it's a good point.
Woods is saying cell phone. Hacho's saying eventually it won't be useless. It won't be useful. Daniel's saying you can call and order pizza.
You can get on Amazon and order the rest of the stuff you need right there.
Oh yeah, just DoorDash what you need.
So
And
DJ,
then when they show up in their Jeep Compass, you rob them with a broken mirror and throw them a cigarette just because you feel bad. Now I'm down to 17 cigarettes. I'm living large at this point.
So if
Thank
it
you.
hits the fan and there's nothing left, then who you're calling? So cell phone might turn on and be used for the apps,
Ghostbusters.
tools, but you know what I mean. There's no cell service to call anybody.
well, yeah, no, you've got until the battery dies.
Right, but I'm just saying, even
do
if
a-
you had it forever, doesn't mean you're
Yeah.
going to call anybody. So you could use some of the tools that the phone has, like the camera and stuff. But I don't know what you're getting, besides the compass or something. I don't know how much of that.
But the compass is
yes,
gonna
need cell
be
tower.
useless.
Yeah.
At a certain point, just because the GPSs aren't getting updated, things like that. So it's going to be off
Well,
fairly
it's
soon.
It's not GPS. It's a compass. It's a magnet and a needle.
Well, I will.
Well,
I
we're
will
talking
make
about a
one
cell
point
phone
here.
compass.
Yeah, cell
Oh.
phone's got a compass app in it.
Now,
I will
what-
make
That still
I'll make
relies
one
on the satellites, though.
statement That
That's
if
my
you have
point.
a cell phone, you can cover more ground because you're going to keep walking and walking and walking, saying, "Can you hear me now?" Or looking for service.
Trying
You can
trying to
travel
get
a large
signal.
area.
good point.
So are we going with towel? Because
I'm going towel.
I'm going to say towel.
Unless there's a Taliban.
That's
But
that hurts.
You say if you got
So-
the right kind of towel, it will want to get high with you.
Patriot's got a good point. You could smash up the phone and do stuff with it, but
But you could make a hat out of the towel. You could cover your face with it. You could use it for clothing. I mean, you
How do
don't
you
have
get? Yeah.
clothes, so wrap it around you.
You could make it into strips for cordage.
Cordage.
But I mean, that's going to be a little bit of a pain if you don't have like a mirror to break or anything.
Or somebody with a knife or scissors. Where do you put scissors on? Yeah.
You could be smoking one of the cigarettes and fall asleep, and it could burn a hole in your towel.
That's
Uh-oh.
true.
At
The water through for that filtration.
You can make
If you were-
a surrender flag out of it too.
What color is that towel, by the way?
Yeah.
Thunder on the Prairie, I was the only person that brought a towel
Dang.
because you
Yeah,
always
you didn't
bring a
even
towel.
So
Didn't offer to share it with everybody either.
Foss is the only person that showered in 3 days.
Got my doubts. There are people who were buzzing out. I had paper towels in my car. Does that count? Does it
In
count?
Nebraska, you take a corn shower. You just jump into a silo and kind of pat around and come out as dry corn shower.
Well, if you jump in the silo, you might not come out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I just took a shower and then I ran in and jumped on Foss's bed real quick to dry off.
No more monkeys.
So we've got a pocket translator or sewing needle.
So is this like an Uhura style translator, or is this just like a little book like Birdlets Learn Spanish Fast?
The hell's an Uhura?
Lieutenant
Lieutenant?
Uhura?
From
Yeah.
Star Trek.
Yeah,
Giselle
so it doesn't help
Nichols,
me at all.
Officer.
She's a
the
character.
black chick on the original Star Trek.
Oh, so like it's saying you're bringing a person along with you to play translator?
No,
No,
just her
this was-
earpiece.
she
This
had
was
a
she
had a business. around.
You're the one that said translator.
Well,
Yeah, defend
I
it.
said pocket translator. So I figured,
What, like
it would be
from-
like a book, not some
Oh.
earpiece that would be useless because, eventually it dies. And
Their stuff doesn't run out of juice ever, so
Mhm.
got that going for you.
And it's every language. So if you happen to make it, I don't know, the Canadians, you'd probably finally be able to understand them.
And you can take that out of your ear and put it in your pocket. People do that all the time.
So I'm guessing everybody's going to go sewing needle.
Yeah, you can turn needles into a compass. So
Well, you can also bend
Yep.
it into.
Fish hook.
Yeah, I'll
Straight.
go sew a needle.
you could also
I don't
do
know. I've tried to
Yeah.
bend sewing needles. They don't like to bend so much. They just snap.
You'd have to temper them probably.
Mhm.
Yep.
In a fire. But you could also do impromptu SHTF tattoos.
Nice. Somebody's
I've
got a
bent
big
them.
pen somewhere.
There you go. Get a nice teardrop.
I've bent sewing needles, sewing through thicker stuff than the needle was designed for.
That's true.
Well, I mean, I've had them with a mild bend, maybe like a banana, but just never enough where I can bend them into like a J.
Well, you don't have to bend the sewing needle. Here's the trick. You can just go by the water and then ask one of the fish to help you thread the needle and then grab it when it helps you.
There you go.
If you unravel the
I was
towel,
gonna
you've
be
got that
Aquaman.
line to sew.
Well, have you ever seen the like the kung fu guys that throw them through the sheet glass, the needles?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we've got gun versus fishing line.
Gun.
Not definitely gun.
DJ?
Gun.
As long as that gun's a high point.
I'll shoot that fish.
You can use it as a hammer, shovel, all kinds of stuff.
Well, if I have a gun and you have fishing line, then I'm going to have both fairly quickly.
Well, that's there was my wife, they brought in a survival expert to do like a seminar at her work, and they give them a choice, a gun or a knife, or which do you want? And the correct choice was knife, but when she was asking me, I said the gun. And she goes, and then she explained what the guy said about the knife and how more useful it is. And I told her, if I have the gun, now I have your knife. So
What was her reply?
I don't remember. This was like 15 years ago. But usually it's just her rolling her eyes at me. But so is anybody picking fishing line?
No, I mean, because I only get one strip of line and one hook. If that hook breaks or that line breaks, I'm SOL.
Yeah, you don't fish in a survival situation. You create like a trap, or you go out there and you got a basket or something. Like you don't like go out there and have like a the sportsman's challenge. You want to put all the odds in your favor.
And if you cut a fish, you don't have a knife to clean it with, nor do you have any way of cooking it. So you're basically going to be eating a raw fish whole. Yummy.
Hey, I still have 17 cigarettes left. Let's say, don't you count me out yet.
Well, you can always rip the guts out of a fish, and then you use the guts of the fish to catch more fish or catch a turtle or something like that. So you're not going to eat the guts unless you really want to. And
Start
cooking it, you can literally just dry it out depending on where you're at, but you can cook it pretty simple. And fish tastes pretty good when you don't have nothing on it, like just eating fish especially when you're hungry. It's almost like fish were made to be ate.
So I was gonna say, fish tastes great when you're hungry.
It's like chicken.
Better, I think, really. I mean, it's
no doubt.
One piece
Chicken of the sea.
Just cut that. You just have to cook that one thing. It's so easy.
Yep.
Sorry, Charlie.
Pain in the ass, but most fish are really easy to cook.
So we've got alcohol versus salt.
Salt.
It's a horrible recipe.
Absolutely invaluable.
If it's tequila, then you need both.
Yeah.
So
But don't you need a lime too then?
Is it alcohol?
Yeah, we live in a zone that doesn't allow citrus.
Is it alcohol for drinking or alcohol like isopropyl alcohol?
I will say it's 80 proof vodka.
Okay.
That is your antiseptic.
Yeah.
There
So
you
it
go.
could be used for either.
Yeah.
I was going to say alcohol until you said that. I thought if it was beer, I'd take alcohol.
If it's seltzer, he wouldn't take it then.
Say, oh man, 80 proof vodka would hurt so bad.
So I don't
It's
think
so good.
there's no point in bringing alcohol because it just dehydrates you and it doesn't help you with anything. Like if you could use it to disinfect or something, it's still fragile and it's got to be in a bottle. So at least you get the bottle or whatever, right? But salt, what do you need salt for? It's like a nice convenient to make something taste better, but
No, your body
you
needs
cure
salt.
meat for it. That you cure meat with it so you can preserve it longer. Preserve other foods.
You're
And say
you're carrying like 80 pounds of salt. I mean, you need a lot of salt to cure meat. So
Oh, we didn't get a backpack.
it was never
gotta
said
carry
how
that
much
salt in
salt
your hands.
was limited to.
Yeah, it's true.
20 pounds in a backpack.
Yeah, I'm definitely not carrying 20 pounds of salt around.
So which are you saying? Alcohol?
Yeah, even though I don't like the alcohol either. You can at least trade the alcohol. But in most places you can find salt. I mean, unless you're really in the middle of the country, you can find salt. At least out here.
Liquor's going to be at a premium for sure.
Yeah.
You think about all the drinkers who, after they go through their stash, their house is empty of old granddad. What are they going to do? They're going to fight their addiction. If you got it, even more so than cigarettes, for God's sake.
Yeah. How long does it take if everyone went cold turkey? How long would it take before everybody's just clean again and sober? And then, because there is nothing, there's no like, oh, it's gone. So you're not going to go off the wagon because there's no wagon, there's nothing to do. But technically, as soon as you got time to either let juice go bad or apples go bad or, any kind of fruit go bad, you got vinegar and you got alcohol again. It just takes some amount of time before you start getting hooch, essentially.
So who wants
of that, G?
A fun salt story? Years and years ago, when Rachel and I had first gotten together, she ended up cutting herself, and she's like, "Oh, it won't stop bleeding." I was like, "Oh, just put salt on it," and she did. I had gone back to doing what I was doing because it wasn't that bad of a cut, and then I hear, "Oh my God, that hurts!" And I turned around and I said, "What?" She's like, "I put salt on it. That hurts." that's just like, oh God, I didn't think you'd actually do that.
You tell her she forgot to put the lime on it too.
Ba-dooch.
So, DJ, what were you?
Yeah.
Did you? I kind of
No.
lost who voted on what.
Now the last one. Yeah, I'm folding right now. I'll let the audience determine my vote. There you go. First time kick it out to the audience.
It's the sloppy bracketry.
Hillbilly?
Well, as we get to the end of this panel, if I'm going to be standing there with a bottle of alcohol in my hand or a salt shaker, I want to go with alcohol.
Barbecue?
I already voted.
What? Okay. Gary?
Let's have that alcohol.
Gary's going to start a nightclub in the apocalypse.
I'm going to share it with the guy who has a gun, and then when you pass out, I'm going to take your gun.
I didn't have any alcohol, and that happened to me earlier tonight.
Well, I'm going to say salt. And DJ Pansy. So we've got
flowers. I brought flowers. What the fuck?
So the goddamn bacon, salt, and Sharon said salt. Ron Wayne said salt back. So we're gonna say
salt block, like the big bowling ball thing of salt.
Oh, yeah. Like for a salt lick block?
Yeah.
Oh, block, not back.
In case you run across cattle. Yeah.
I thought Ron was getting freaky with the spices.
I could actually go grab it because it's literally sitting like 6 feet from me. But I've got a bowling ball sized chunk of salt that comes from about halfway between Phoenix and Flagstaff. There's a place where the Indians found just a big hill, and if you go push the dirt around in that hill, you find these big giant chunks of mineral salt from when this place was a giant flat seabed or whatever. And I just went out there one time and grabbed this like basketball chunk of like natural salt from back in the old days.
So we're at a 3-3 tie on this one.
What did the audience say?
Audience said salt.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how to break the tie.
Well,
salt.
I'll flip
we go to it. If it was a 3-3 tie, we would go to the audience. So I think salt just wins it then because it was the audience that made the decision. Since DJ doesn't want to pick anything,
DJ messed everything up by not voting.
Oh, I fucked up the game. I'm gonna grab my ball. We're done. Fuck.
What you do in the prize here?
3 more alcohol votes come in.
Well, then that's how many salts were there in the audience?
It went to salt. We're moving on. Executive decision.
Nice. Did you flip a coin?
I flipped something here.
He flipped something, yeah.
Blanket or book?
Blanket.
DJ?
I'm going to pass to the audience because I like flowers. I need more pansies.
Hillbilly.
Book.
So barbecue?
I think you already got my vote for blanket.
Okay. Gary?
Well, Hillbilly's freezing to death reading his book. I'm going to cover up with my blanket.
G-Webs?
I guess a blanket.
I'm going to say blanket.
I mean, if it was a good book, like a book that helped you or something, I'd be pissed. But
well,
I think
it'd be a survival book.
Yeah, exactly. Like or a first aid book or something. I'd be like, dang it. But I think I'll go with blanket.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's what the book was supposed to be, was a survival book. Still going blanket though in this situation.
And every page in that book's gonna read, "Take the gun."
Should have taken the gun.
So we've got a knife versus a radio.
I was really hoping it would be like knife versus machete. I thought that'd be funny. Now, is this radio one of those wind-up ones? Or no, this is supposed to be like a ham radio or two-way radio or something like that, right?
Yeah.
It is?
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I kind of.
I thought it was terrestrial. What the hell?
That's barbecue. You're echoing.
Oh yeah, it is.
barbecue.
YouTube.
Huh. YouTube.
What happened? It's weird because we sound like we're back into there.
Yeah,
So
America.
I grouped all the radios, whether it's a regular radio or two-way satellite.
I'm
Yeah.
going to go ahead and choose knife because when it gets down into this, it's going to be either me and a gun or me and a knife.
How about you, DJ?
3 is a magic number. Kick it to the audience.
Barbecue?
Knife.
And Gizzard?
Knife.
He gets paid by like 3 different knife companies to say knife.
Yeah, not just any knife. Make sure it's a Safivi knife, by the way.
Yeah, you can't do a short with a radio, can you? Do
You can.
G-Webs.
I'll just say radio just to get to vote.
Yeah, I'm going to say knife. So we've got duct tape versus map.
You can make a
What
cutting
was the audience's vote?
radio.
We had one knife. Two
No,
knives.
there's two knives.
Goddamn Bacon said machete, but so we'll count that as a knife. Duct tape or a map? DJ.
Duct tape.
I'm going duct tape.
Shit, he voted.
MacGyver always used it. So
We passed 3 pansies. I'm back in the game. Put me in, coach.
MacGyver would have used a rubber band and a paper clip.
Bailing
That was
wire.
amazing.
So what are you voting? Barbecue?
This is a tough one. If I wasn't in my home area, say for some reason I went down to Texas and all of a sudden shit hit the fan and now I'm just like totally cut off, just clothes on my back, and I've just got, choice between a map or duct tape. I think I'd rather have the map because I don't know anything around me. Granted, I'm not going to be able to read the map anyways, but assuming I was sighted and able to read the map, that'd be a different story. But if I'm in my home area, I'm going to know how to get around, and map would be really obsolete. So at that point, I definitely want the duct tape. So I'm going to pansy on. No, I'm not. I'm not going to pull a DJ. I'm going to go with duct tape.
My flower shop is going to generate enough revenue that I can buy everything. Is that Echo me now?
No, it's Guns and Barbecue again.
Mute up, bro.
I don't understand why I'm echoing.
Yeah, it went weird. Like it went from nothing to crazy amount of echo, like out of nowhere.
Special effects.
Like an hour into it. Like, that makes no sense.
Did you vote, Gary?
No, I have not.
What are you voting?
Duct tape.
G-Webs?
I would have voted for the tape if it would have been actual duct tape, but this is some sort of a duct tape, which there's too many T's in that, so I'm going to go with the M, or the map.
I'm going to
Unless you put the back of the tape, you printed a map on the back of the tape, then I would go with the tape, but otherwise I'll go with the map.
I'm going to vote map, but duct tape's going to win.
There's another big issue. Most people today don't know how to read a map.
Oh, for sure.
Do you know how to read duct tape?
Exactly.
Too many T's. I dropped out.
If anybody gives me duct tape that doesn't have a duck on it, I'm out. I'm like, nope, this isn't duct tape.
We've got the bag of holding versus a flashlight.
Bag of holding all the way. I hope it makes it to the top.
Hillbilly?
I think I would probably take a bag of holding also.
Barbecue?
What's the bag of holding supposed to be?
A bag. Bag,
Backpack.
Oh,
duffel bag.
yeah, definitely. Going with the pack.
Gizzard?
I want to know where that guy with the gun is, so I want the flashlight so I can keep track of him.
G-Webs?
Plus, it would go out. It would affect Gizzard's sponsorship if he were found in the shit hits the fan situation without no light. I'm going to roll a 6-sided dice for my illumination of how many lumens I'm going to get on my flashlight.
Come on, 3.
6 illuminations. Let's just say I rolled a 6 illumination.
So you get...
What was the bag of holding? It was a bag that you could put in an infinite amount of crap into?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it doesn't gain weight. You put an elephant in the son of a bitch and walk around with it in your pocket.
I'm going to say bag.
So you guys are going to carry an empty bag around with you. Great.
Well,
Seriously, that's probably a good idea because if you're out really doing
More
stuff,
than.
you're going to be finding stuff, and yeah, you find a bunch of toilet paper, apples or something.
And say, think about all the shrooms that you find, and you could stick in that bag, and then use those shrooms to trade. Or if you don't want to trade, you just like give people the shrooms, and while they're tripping, you take their gun and their fire starter and all the other good stuff, and drive away in their Jeep Compass.
Ron said he picked flashlight. Oop. Yep, there we go. Then make a bundle out of the towel. What you get either the flashlight or the towel. You don't get them both. So we've got
shirt off and make your bindle out of your shirt.
That's true.
Yeah. Find that stick, walk around like a hobo.
Water container versus flares. DJ?
Water container.
I'll go with water container too, because those flare bell-bottom pants, they hang on a bunch of stuff when you're walking through the woods.
You got the bell-bottom blues.
Yep.
Flares, yeah.
Except it's a cover by somebody, because the Clapton version I'm not going to hang with.
Barbecue.
You definitely got to go with a water container.
Is there?
Yeah, I'll go with the water.
G-Webs.
I mean, I guess it depends on the thing. If you're in the middle of the ocean, flares would probably be a better idea. But yeah, water container, pretty much in most conditions.
I'm going to say water container also. So now we've got antibiotics versus a musical instrument. DJ?
Man, those are both my things. I don't know if I can. Yeah, screw it. Pansy style. Audience, help me out.
Nope. You used up your 3. You got to vote.
Son of a bitch. Can I just quit then?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to take the guitar. The instrument, sorry.
The first time you go to play it, your finger gets jabbed on one of the strings, and now you wish you had it.
Add the alcohol and an amplifier. Yeah.
I'm going to pass mine on to the audience. Let them tease.
Careful how you spend the next two of those, man. They come up quick.
Barbecue.
I'm definitely going with antibiotics, and I'm sure there's people out there saying, "Well, what happens when they expire? Then you can't use them." 100%, you can still use them. They're just not as effective. You just got to know what you're dealing with. Like, say you had acetaminophen and that expired. Instead of having to take 2, you might have to take 4. You know, depending on how long out of date they are.
Alcohol. Or it's not antibiotic or.
Gizzard.
You know, if the musical instrument was a tuba, you could use it to tote water, or you could use it as a bag and put all the board.
If it was a tuba, you could use it as a toilet.
Anyway, let's go with a musical instrument just for the hell of it.
G-Webs.
Luckily, I have figured out how to use the toothpaste tube looking thing of antibiotic gel to play it in my mouth like a mouth harp. So I can play the antibiotic tube like a musical instrument. So I only have to take the antibiotic tube.
I'm gonna say antibiotics because I can always play a skin flute.
Ouch.
Nice.
And Ron Wayne said antibiotic. Oh, he changed his mind to slide whistle.
He has one.
If you're doing all that skin fluting, aren't you going to need some antibiotics after?
No doubt. And if you find somebody with that tube of Neosporin, that's dual action.
So we've got a hatchet versus a pot, not pot, but a pot. DJ?
Pot.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the pot also.
And we're going to have a party.
Barbecue.
I'm gonna have to go with the pot because one, you can use it to collect water, you can use it to boil water, etc. So,
Well, no, Matt, you're all echo unless you're mute. Okay, thank you. No matter
sorry,
how
I'm used to having to mute, so
Yodel.
bear with me while I keep forgetting to mute.
That's okay.
Jump in, jump out. That might help.
Anyway, I was just going to say, no matter how bad things get, you always have a pot to piss in. So
There you go.
Or a window to throw it out of. We need a window on the bracket.
Gizzard.
Well, if that's Molly Hatchet, you're just flirting with disaster. So I'm going to go with pot, man.
Nice, Gary. Knuckle bump. Woo!
I love it.
G-Webs.
Depending on how big the pot is, you'll need a hatchet to chop it down. So I guess the pot.
And you got cordage from, yep.
I'm going to say hatchet just because I like hatchets.
Yeah, hatchets are pretty good, but you can't drink out of a hatchet. That's my problem.
Yeah, but you're going to look cool.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
So
now is barbecue in here? Because now we don't hear. Oh, he's muted.
Yeah, he's back. So I'll go ahead and unmute. We'll see if we still got your echo going on there.
Now I'm going to say stuff. Oh, yeah, it's gone.
Oh, sounds, yeah.
Echo.
Hey.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. Why are we saying echo? Never mind.
Because I thought it was funny.
No, it's not happening. It's good.
Yeah, it's fixed now.
Yeah, you're
Just in
good.
case
I
it
don't
was
know what
echoing.
happened before. I didn't touch anything. It just, you guys all of a sudden were like, you're echoing.
It's probably StreamYard because it was way louder than anything you've ever done.
So we've got a tarp versus steel wool.
What was the deal with steel wool?
Use it as
Barbecue, you're
kindling.
on. Yeah. Fire starter. Or a polished metal. That's
If you had
important.
enough of it, you could sleep under it like a tarp and sleep on it like a mattress.
Nice. You can make little tiny springs out of it.
Barbecue.
I'll go with the tarp, I guess.
This is a tough one. Tarp can be very invaluable, but if not taken care of, it's going to degrade in the sun, things like that. Eventually get holes, fall apart. You're going to wish that you had duct tape or something to fix that, and we only get one thing. I think I'm going to go with the steel wool, just because it takes a spark so easily.
DJ.
Tarp.
Gizzard.
Well, there's so many things you can do with the tarp. You could sleep on top of it. You could sleep underneath it, so you could use it for shelter. You could make a big container out of it and use it for a bag that'll hold everything, or tote water in it. Or you could throw it over the top of the guy that's got the gun and then beat him severely and take his gun away. So I'm going to take tarp.
Oh, can I take my vote back and get a black tarp and run around saying I'm Batman?
For tips?
If you want, are you going?
Oh, yeah, definitely going with tarp. I'm Batman.
What are you saying, G-Webs?
I think this is the worst of the combos so far. So luckily they'll all get burned out here in a minute. I don't think I want to carry around a tarp. If it was a quality tarp, like a good one, if it was like something that
a heavy metal tarp.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, I wouldn't want to be carrying that around. So the problem with steel wool is it's perishable. Like, it is good, but then it's gone. So, and then you're just out. You have nothing. You can make steel wool technically, so I'm gonna go with tarp, I guess.
So I'm gonna say tarp also. All right. So now we've got fire starter versus an animal, companion animal.
I want a dog.
Animal.
Yeah.
Animal.
You don't need a fire if you got a monkey.
Animo.
Hillbilly?
I think I'll go with the animal too.
Oh man, I should have voted for Jeep Compass in that last round, because then you automatically have a trunk monkey.
I'm voting
And
fire
a passenger.
starter.
It's Gary's.
I'm gonna vote fire starter, but animal moves on. So now we've got a water filter versus cordage.
That's pretty good. I'm gonna go with water filter though.
Can't survive without clean drinking water. Water filter.
DJ?
Water filter, please.
I'm taking mine back. I'm actually going to go with cordage, because you can make a way to filter water with your sock and some rocks, sand, etc.
Yeah.
If you were in a really bad situation. So
Yeah, I want to go with Cordage too.
Gary?
Take me to the river and drop me on the water.
G-Webs.
I already started it all off.
Oh.
Put me in first.
Oh, I guess I didn't vote. So I'm gonna say water filter. I mean, it's tough to give up the cordage, but
You can make it. You can make it way faster than making a water filter.
so now we've got a towel versus sewing needle.
Well, the Vogons are coming, so I'm taking that towel.
Yeah, towel also. I mean, a sewing needle's a useful thing, but I don't want it as my only thing.
Here comes your cordage, though.
Hillbilly?
Oh, yeah, I'll take the towel.
So I guess sewing needle's the only thing you're gonna sew up your, like, give yourself a stitching, or do some kind of a first aid type of thing with it.
Acupuncture.
Okay.
Gary?
When we have our pool party and I'm the only one walking around dry while y'all are soaking wet, you're going to wish you had my towel. So, towel.
Did you vote barbecue?
I did not. Part of me really likes the idea of having a sewing needle to stitch myself if needed. I also like the idea of having a sewing needle in case I want to fix my towel. But, well, the sewing needle's still more lethal than 9mm too. I mean, those karate dudes that just right through the plate glass windows. I mean, that's just insane. I mean, 9mm just bounces off the window. So, but still gonna go with the wet towel to snap like little cute bunny rabbits to death and eat them.
Oh, Thumper.
I'm voting
Man.
towel also. So now we've got gun versus salt. Is there
What if
anybody
it's-
voting salt?
What if it's a salt gun?
What if it's a bug assault? Then you have
Huh?
bug.
Yep, I was
Yeah,
gonna
but you
vote
can
for
either
bug
have
assault.
your bug assault or the salt to fill your bug assault.
That's true. Dang.
But you can make salt to put in the bug assault.
I'm taking gun.
A gun. Yeah.
Gun.
Yeah.
All the way around.
So now we've got a blanket versus a knife.
You call that a blanket? This is a blanket.
So
Is that
barbecue?
blanket wool?
Could be.
Could
All
be.
right then.
Which again, very invaluable at that point. I'm gonna go with the knife. So many good uses for it.
DJ?
I'm going with knife too.
Oh, okay.
I'll go blanket. Somebody's going to need a whoopee, man.
Gary?
Cuts like a knife and it feels so right.
He's obligated to vote knife.
Canadians don't count. They're like barbecue's 9mm joke.
I can't wait until it's knife versus gun to see what he does.
He whips.
So the shit hits the fan is a result of violence and hatred. So I'm going to go with the blanket because, you're going to need to have the alternative to that after. So everyone needs to sleep at night.
Oh, I just thought another benefit of a blanket. Like, you could put smallpox on it and give it to somebody. And then when they croak, you take their gun.
Historical abuse of Native Americans. Right on.
Ron
Yeah.
Wayne said you could throw salt in someone's eyes
It's a
and take
tactic.
their gun.
Or you could fool foolish women.
You could
So
throw
here,
a
put this on
blanket
your
over
wound.
them and take their gun too.
Oh, yeah, you could use the salt. Never mind.
So we've got water container versus antibiotics.
Didn't we skip one?
Yeah, what happened to the other
Did
one?
we? Oh, we got duct tape versus the bag.
Oh, damn.
Bag.
Well, I wanted bag of holding to go all the way to the top. So, bag of holding.
Billy?
Duct tape's not all that great. You only get one roll. The bag will last you for the rest of your life. So
A bag.
Gary?
If you get duct tape, you got handcuffs. I'm going with duct tape.
You dirty old man.
No doubt. What are you doing after dark?
Don't
I'm
you
going
want
a
it?
bag. Now we've got water container versus antibiotic. Barbecue?
This is
and-
tough.
Yeah, I agree, barbecue. You go ahead though.
No, water container for me. That's easy.
I'm going antibiotics. You can make a water container.
I'm with barbecue. It can. I mean, although the container can help you to prolong your life, it's pretty. The antibiotics are a pretty good trade item, and they could save your life. I mean, how are you going to fight infection if you don't have a field guide? We didn't consider that a field guide to plants for Americans or whatever.
In worst case scenario, you find a running water source and you should be okay. Not saying you will be, but if you get dysentery, you still have the antibiotics.
Bang. Good call, barbecue. I'm with him.
since we lost the alcohol, I'm going with antibiotics.
Hillbilly sounded so heartbroken.
Now, I wanted a cooler full of ice cold beer, but
Gizzard.
Yeah, let's have antibiotics.
And what did you say, G-Webs?
Water. I don't think you need antibiotics. Just rub dirt in it.
Duct tape.
Yeah, I'm gonna say water container. I don't have any detailed explanation why.
Well, because you need to be able to get water around. So if you find some water, you're either going to stain next to that faucet or you're going to be able to be mobile a little bit.
But antibiotics is moving on. Roy said, I want to see barbecue make a water container. Is he going to use coconuts and bamboo like the professor on Gilligan's Island?
No, just wear waterproof pants.
Leather pants?
Tie knots in the bottom of the pant legs. I'm not saying it's going to hold amazingly, but it's going to do in a pinch.
So now we've got a pot versus a tarp.
I'm always going to vote for pot.
yeah, I'm going for pot, not the kind you smoke.
Notice DJ didn't specify that.
No doubt. But Foss did. He clarified for me.
What do you say, barbecue?
This is a tough one again, because if you're talking about means of boiling water, things like that, technically, if you collected water in a tarp, had the tarp up high enough, you could boil water in the tarp. I'm gonna go with the tarp.
Gizzard?
Eventually, you're gonna come along and find something that you could use as a pot.
Are you there, Gizzard?
I'm here.
What
You
are
can
doing?
do other things with pot other than smoke it, so I'm going with pot.
G-Webs?
I don't like fishing for or eating carp, so I'm going to go with pot also.
I'm going to say tarp, but a pot is moving on. All right. So now we've got animal versus water filter.
Animal.
Water filter.
Again, I'll get rocks and charcoal, things like that. Put it in my sock, filter it through the sock and into my mouth or something. Much rather
Sock water?
have the companion animal. Well, yeah, then you get a little bit of salt from it too.
He was drinking tarp water a minute ago.
Yeah, I suppose. What gross. Those antibiotics, it's too bad they didn't move on there, did they?
Hillbilly?
I'm going to go with animal.
Gizzard?
Animal.
G-Webs?
Like if you fell out of an airplane or something and just needed to get out of the jungle, I could see a water filter. But if you're talking the rest of the time, I want my critter.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know. Oh,
Because
well,
like
animals.
Barbecue said, you'll figure out a way to get water, and if you don't, you're going to die. So I'd rather have the animal while I'm alive, and more chances are you're going to figure out how to filter some water.
Yep.
Dog's a hunter. Also, like alarm.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch your camp.
You could sleep.
Pack
Exactly.
animal. Mm-hmm. I voted against them, but yeah, that's
I'm
those are
trying
good
to get
points.
this little guy to carry stuff, but he's lazy.
I'll say animal, I guess.
Well, my animal's going to be a milking cow, so I'll have everything to drink.
Rock.
Brilliant.
Don't let
Towel.
G23 know that, or else your towel's going to be missing a tongue.
Or cheeks, cachete.
Yeah, how is it going to tell anybody what happened?
Towel versus gun. So is anybody going to vote towel?
Not as far as I know.
I
What
don't
if-
know. Like, I could
if-
take the towel and snap it and wrap it around your gun and take your gun from you.
Or
What
snap the gun out of their hand.
What if a really experienced and talented hotel maid folded a towel to look a lot like a gun?
Oh, she'd be so deceptive.
I'm going again.
I'd marry her. That's a talent you don't want to let go. I'm going gun.
I'm saying gun.
Also gun.
Gun.
Done.
Now we've got a knife versus a bag.
Oof.
Interesting.
I'm gonna jump
Yeah.
on
Bag
one.
holding.
Say I'm taking the knife.
Knife. Gizzard, what did Savivi tell you to do?
You know I'm taking the knife.
G-Webs.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, knife.
I'm going to say knife also. Bags are really, really handy, but so is the knife.
Yeah, you really
Yeah.
Bye bag.
So antibiotics versus a pot.
I tried stabbing a rogue tiger with a bag one time, and it didn't go very well.
Well, if it's a plastic bag, then they'll choke to death.
I'm gonna jump out there and say I'm sticking with the pot.
Pot.
Barbecue.
I'm going with antibiotics. I don't feel like dying of gangrene.
Stop drinking out of your sock.
In your underwear for a water filter.
Gizzard.
Everybody must get stoned. Let's have that pot.
Pot Dylan up against Brian Adams. Damn, Gary, you're on fire.
I'll take Dylan any day over Adams. Come on.
G-Webs.
Big Pharma created the whole shit hits the fan thing, so I'm going to go with the natural pot instead of Big Pharma antibiotic.
I'm going to say pot also. A pot.
So if Gizzard will take Bob Dylan over Brian Adams any day, does that mean he's not voting for knife next round?
I guess you'll have to wait till the next round to find out, won't you?
And so I bet it cuts like a knife.
We've got the semifinals. Animal versus gun.
Now it gets hairy.
Yeah, this is a tough
Aw.
one.
Poor Lassie.
It gets hairy from now on.
Why did
I mean-
animal have to come up against gun?
How do you put down a yeller without a gun?
Knife hand.
Rock.
You don't. You don't. There's a trick question.
Suffocation. We're talking about killing dogs now, barbecue. Stop it.
Who said it had to be a dog? Hillbilly's got a freaking cow.
Okay, we got one cow on the panel. Right on.
Mine's a Sasquatch. I don't know about the rest of it.
Well-
Whoa, Seth. There you go.
If we all was walking together, we'd have what, a cow, a Sasquatch, and a chicken, and a few dogs. So
He's going to take all your beef jerky, man.
Gary's got a companion and a lover.
Don't judge. Don't judge.
I'm going with companion animal still. You can make snares and all kinds of other stuff to hunt with. Dog is still going to be an invaluable security measure, just a uplift for that companionship when you're in some really dark times. Dogs are invaluable in this case.
DJ.
Gun.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with the gun too.
Gary.
Oh, let's go with the animal just to make it interesting.
I'd like to remind everybody I'm still sitting on 17 cigarettes.
You're not thinking about your sponsors there, Gary.
I'll trade 15 of those cigarettes
I
for
don't
a
have
gun.
any gun companies sponsoring me,
Oh.
right?
What if the animal is a bull?
Ooh.
You know, George,
Um,
Oh, so you can make cows?
No,
but
George is staring.
Taurus.
I'm just
Gary,
curious what hillbilly's been milking that whole time then. Oh, and he's been drinking the milk too. That's the problem.
Salty. G-Way.
so if this is for the rest of time, even no matter what amount of ammo you brought with, that gun's going to only have finite amount of ammo. Where the critter, is going to have a lifespan. So I'm still going with the critter also.
Ooh.
Down goes the gun.
Well, this one's going to the audience because I'm voting gun.
Oh,
I thought animal
I mean,
had
and
4
then the other
votes
thing is,
already.
this is the one thing you go with. This is the one thing you choose. But I mean, in real life, you're going to have to eat and drink and be in shelter.
Yeah.
So you're going to have other things that you're expecting to find.
Yeah.
And I'd rather bring my dog here and
Yep.
find a gun than try to go find an animal that I'll dig.
and just on the security side, the dog's going to hear something before you do most of the time, except if it's my dogs, and then I hear things before them. But most of the time, the dog's going to hear things before you, alert you, hopefully scare any wrongdoers away. And plus, like if you pick gun, you could end up with a 9mm. Do you really want to have to deal with that for the rest of your life? Like, no, come on.
The
Yeah, but
animal
if you got
could be a
gun, you can take
cobra.
everybody else's animal.
So we've got 2 guns out there so far. We'll give it maybe 1 more minute, and then
If we don't have the gun, we don't have happiness.
If you vote gun, you clearly
Well,
love 9mm.
it's got to be warm to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my gun's going to be a 22.
So, all right, gun's gonna move on.
Commies.
I will say, G-Way. I was just automatically gonna pick guns, but G-Web's I thought gave a good argument that made it tough.
Yeah. Same thing with me. I hadn't thought about finite ammo.
Knife versus a pot. A pot.
Pot.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think you can find a knife, but having to grow a whole thing of pot, that's going to take you forever. So I'm going to go with the pot.
You don't have the knife, you can't cut it down.
I am going to go with a knife on this one.
Barbecue?
I don't know. I feel like I'm getting tired of sock water and tarp water. Might be nice to have some pot water, but
We all grab a pot and then they drop us right at like a fucking Kmart or some shit where there's like in the pot department. So there's like, we come in with a pot and there's like 1,000 pots waiting for us.
you know what? In some cultures, like giving a pot is supposed to be like a dowry almost. I'm gonna go with the pot. You might, be able to get a wife out of it or something. No, that'd be miserable.
potlatch?
I'm going knife. I talked myself right out of that. Hey, that's a nice pot. Nope, get away. Succubus.
We're missing 2 still, right?
Boston gizzard. So, does it cut like a knife gizzard?
Is it my
It
turn?
feels so
or
right.
It's your turn, Gary.
Well, I've got about 1/3 of the country of China calling me right now and telling me that in the end, you're going to need that knife. So,
Oh, he chooses Brian Adams.
I'm going knife.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
snap.
Oh, here we go.
Knife versus gun.
Oh, who would have thought? Oh man.
I didn't even think about that when I.
Yeah, I got it written down from the beginning to end up knife and gun.
Pretty much. Maybe flashlight could have got in there, but it was gonna be this. I guess I'm surprised how quickly flashlight left. Where did flashlight even go?
It was against bag.
Oh, yeah. Nobody wanted to see it night.
I hardly see anyways, so I was like, screw the flashlight.
How long are batteries going to last?
Exactly.
You're going to find more batteries, but then how
I
long
thought about if it was one of those shakeable flashlights, but I was like, my forearm muscles aren't what they used to be. I ain't shaking a flashlight to make the flashlight work, and like those wind up ones, those just annoy me because they never have good batteries that last. So like you could wind the flashlight for 2 minutes and it's only stays lit for like 10 seconds once it gets worn out.
This
So-
right here is going to be the toughest one for me.
lights now? Something solar with a capacitor and a LED. That would be something that charges it during the day and then discharges during the night, charges again. Just goes through that cycle and doesn't try to
Yep.
do anything too fancy.
I would like to vote for dog.
So knife or gun, I'll go knife
Knife.
because of the same thing. Ammo, knife's gonna
Yeah.
last longer.
DJ.
I wanted to go to the top. Bag of holding.
Knife or gun.
Abstention.
Nope.
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 Not a choice.
You already used your 3.
Where's my ball?
In your pants.
Didn't realize DJ was a
One
unit.
nut. Yeah, one nut. Knife.
Or gun. Knife. Hey, Billy.
Oh, man. Like I said, this is my hardest choice. I think I would probably have to go with this knife. In fact,
Is it the albatross?
Who didn't vote? I
I
lost 2
haven't
voted.
voted yet.
Me, Gizzard, and I think you.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody voting gun? We'll just put it that way.
I still want to vote for dog, but since that apparently isn't allowed, I've always heard you don't bring a knife to a gunfight. And at the end of the day, if I really want your knife, if I've got the gun, you're at a severe disadvantage. So I'm voting gun.
Well, you can make a knife out of pretty much, like you were saying, like a piece of glass to a piece of metal to a piece of rock. So you
Yep.
can't make a gun very easy. But how easy is it going to be to find a gun in the United States? You know what I mean?
I'm not really worried about finding the gun. It'd be more so the ammo.
Well, you know what I mean. If
Yeah.
if it's the fan like EMP type of thing or zombies, it depends on what we're talking about scenario. But unless everything got nuked and it's gone, then there's going to be tons of guns and ammo all over the country.
Now we're down here to the end. One thing that we left off of this would have been one thing that we probably needed for all of it almost was a 3D printer.
Mm.
Also,
Yeah,
to
For the electricity you don't have.
I
yeah,
thought you were going to say water.
Find somebody with a cranked flashlight.
to G-Web's argument about just being able to find guns all over the place, you'd be able to find knives all over the place. I mean, think
Oh, for
like
sure.
you go to Walmart, how many
Everywhere.
more guns compared to knives do they have? Go
Well,
open your
every
kitchen
truck
drawer.
Every truck,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Every kitchen, every truck stop, there'd be knives everywhere.
Yeah, it'd be insane.
Every workshop, every business, yeah, there's knives everywhere.
Like you could just be like, I don't like this knife anymore because it's not cutting as well as it was 2 days ago, and just go grab a new knife.
That's what Gizzard does. They just send them a new one.
I know.
That's right.
So who hasn't voted?
I haven't
You and
voted.
Gizzard.
I'm going to switch mine to gun now because of what barbecues just said.
So what's it going to be, Gizzard?
Yeah. Okay, here's where I play my ace in a hole, people. You all have
Oh,
this.
he's going to bring up LFA.
No, sir. No.
Hmm?
Whatever. Let me finish.
All
If I
right.
may. You didn't specify what kind of gun I have here. This happens to be a military rifle, which guess what? It has a bayonet. I don't need your knife.
Is that bayonet over 12 inches?
Well, no, because your military rifle does not have a bayonet.
How do you know?
Yeah, it's an M40. Yeah.
Because I'm the dungeon master. I said my rifle does not have a
what?
bayonet.
Son of a bitch, you took the bag of holding.
I'm taking the gun.
Gun?
I think you're gonna sway me.
Sway you.
I got the gun. You got
Hold
the
on.
knife, dude.
You guys hear that?
Not
That's
Lionel
the
Richie.
Civivi money truck pulling away from Gizzard's door.
I'm saying knife, so it's tied. So this one's going to the live chat.
Oh,
Now they're all regretting that they didn't pick dog.
Probably all gone.
So
Anybody still out there?
Ron Wade said spork, but that doesn't quite count.
My count says 250 people now watching.
Is there anybody in there?
I thought for sure you were
Just
gonna
nod if you can hear
be like,
me.
hey, yeah, I've got that Civivi sponsorship, but I also have a Live Free Armory sponsorship,
Well, yeah.
and I got to rep them. I thought for sure that's where you were going.
So Roy and Wayne said gun. Anybody else out there? Anyone?
Looks like
Bueller?
Roy Wayne.
Bueller?
Bueller.
Gun.
Oh,
gun.
you know what? Can we do a true second after this? If
Yo.
gun wins it, and do dog versus gun, or dog versus knife, since dog lost a gun.
And I swear that I do have a gun.
All right, Janie.
Wow, look at Nirvana. Like it, Gary.
All right. Doesn't look like anybody else wants to vote.
Nope.
So Gunn has taken it. Congratulations, Mr. Gunn. So according to the bracket, if you can only take one thing, when society collapses, you need to take a gun.
It's sad that the NRA has such influence here.
Dang them. The
And
ASPCA needs to do better lobbying.
They pushed everybody to pick a gun.
let's end the poll.
Oh, this should be interesting.
So which panelist would perish first? That's you, Barbecue. 58%.
I figured people are going to say that. They're like, hold on, he's drinking water out of a sock and tarps, and yeah, he's going to die.
And the echo attack didn't help nothing.
Yeah.
Probably not.
25% said Gary. 9% said DJ. 6% said Hillbilly. There were 31 votes. So there's somebody that really wanted to vote for.
That was a lot.
Well, G-Webs didn't get any votes, man. He's a survivor.
Well,
What
he
was my
wasn't in-
percentage?
9.
you can only put 4 in there, so I had to
Oh.
randomly pick 4 people.
Oh.
There we go. So, DJ,
Yodel.
anything you would like to plug?
On Saturdays on the A Great Start Shooting School channel, there's a discussion about suicide awareness, mental health. Saturday late, we're here already. Thanks for hosting this one, boss. Be safe, have fun, carry your guns, and rock.
And I meant to play this earlier.
Disco is dead. Disco is not dead. Disco is life.
Saturday night mouse party for the time being. Will be next week, same time. And barbecue. Plug something.
Saturday Night Fever.
Make sure that you put plugs in your boat before you launch them. I don't know if that was a good plug or not. I don't. Oh, you know what? Make sure that you go over and become a channel member of Gizzard Gary and Hillbilly Up and G-Webs, as they all have channel membership stuff, because, well, they're always giving you great content, and go support them. And then if you want to go on a wild goose chase, you go and find where DM Foss has a Patreon.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. So
I wanted to see how long they'd chase. Come on.
It was Patreon or OnlyFans. Damn it.
Jason Ghost, that's Tara Smith. It's her birthday.
Oh,
So,
happy
DJ.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh,
Why
who wants to
don't you
lead off
sing
the
happy
singing?
birthday, DJ?
Say again.
Sing her happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tara. Happy birthday to you.
Copyright strike.
Who was the writer? What label?
Hillbilly, anything you want to plug?
Yeah. Before this show on Saturday nights, we got guns, beer, and therapy. So it starts at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. So you'll come by and visit with us. We just try to have a good time over there. And then, of course, I'm just putting out plenty of videos. That's about it. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. Gary.
Well, I'd like to put in a plug for this show. First of all, as Elton John said, Saturday nights, all right for fighting. So get a little action in on the DM Foss channel. So
that's better than you saying the bitch is back.
well, that's true. And when we're living it up, oh yeah, on Friday nights, you can come check out Foul Territory on the Gizzard Gary channel. That's at 9 p.m. Central Time Zone, the only time zone that matters. I've got a review up on a new Civivi knife. You can check it out this week. Got another one on the way here, coming up shortly. Thanks for having me. Great show as always. And give him the bird.
And let me do this. GearWebsites.com for all your 2A related t-shirts, patches, stickers, books, web consulting, 3D printing, design consulting. You need a consultant, he'll consult it. GearWebsites.com.
Hey, Foss. I'm kind of surprised that nobody plugged and feet. All y'all, barbecue has 5 more shows. Tune in on Tuesday nights on the Guns and Barbecue channel so that you can catch the Fawn Farewell, man. Rock it.
G-Webs?
Yeah, I'll plug. Let's understand that we always get mad at the other side for taking things for granted. So challenge everybody to think about something that we're taking for granted on our side. How often we take for granted the love of our families or the appreciation we get from them, and it's always good to take a minute to go hug people and appreciate them. So I'm just gonna, you got all day tomorrow to do that. Maybe next week, take some time and appreciate the stuff that we tend to take for granted. Maybe think small and then get bigger. But thanks for the show. Appreciate it.
Barbecue. I know that Antfe's kind of coming to an end, but are you still doing like the book club, or is that going to go?
Yes, book club's still going to go on.
Oh, okay.
And say, Woods and I just haven't reviewed the book that you suggested yet, just because of scheduling.
Oh, okay. So keep checking Guns and Barbecue's channels for any updates. And so next week will be Mouse Party. And go comment on the 2 comment periods. Go give your opinion, whether you're for or against. And I think that's everything. Again, if you watch this in replay, leave a comment. I really do appreciate the comments, and I read them all. And other than that, I hope everybody has a good rest of the night and go do something good. That's the wrong one.
That one
Hang
was
on.
pretty short.
There we go.
You still here? It's over. Go home. Go.